Today we're in the green pastures of Burnaby, Canada. I believe this is the area locals call Central Burnaby. Michael J. Fox went to school just up the road here. And this is the beautiful and expansive Forest Lawn Memorial Park at the corner of Royal Oak and Canada Way. You may recognize this peaceful place from my previous famous grave tours, and today we're paying our respects to a very talented man, Ron Tabak. Ron, of course, is the very talented singer most known for his time with the Canadian band Prism. If you'd like to pay your respects in person, Ron's grave is fairly easy to find. It's close to the roadway between sections Remembrance and Whispering Pine. Go about halfway down. Ron is resting in plot 588 of Whispering Pine. And I'm sure he'd be happy to know you came to remember him here. Ron was born in Alberta in 1953. An extremely talented singer, Ron is best known as the original lead vocalist for the phenomenal rock band Prism. Formed in Vancouver in 1977, Prism was named Group of the Year at the 1981 Juno Awards. Ron and his bandmates first recorded albums inside the famous Mushroom Studios in Vancouver. One of my favorites from Prism's first album is Spaceship Superstar, written by the incredibly kind Jim Vallance. It was the wake-up song for astronauts on the Space Shuttle Discovery in 2011. Thanks to some incredible musicians and Ron's amazing voice, Prism was a cultural phenomenon back in the day. In 1979, Vancouver celebrated Prism Day, and presenting Ron and the band with platinum records, you guessed it, that's Dorothy Stratton, who we know would die tragically just a year later. Prism would honor Dorothy's memory with the song Cover Girl. On Christmas Eve in 1984, Ron decided to use his bicycle to get to a friend's house in Vancouver's Kitsilano neighborhood. Get a little exercise, I guess. Conditions were snowy, much like today. According to sources, Ron was not wearing a helmet and didn't have a light. Near the intersection of Kingsway and Earl Street by the old Wally's Drive-In, Ron was struck by a passing vehicle. He hit his head on the pavement and he was hurt pretty bad. An ambulance rushed to the scene and took him to Burnaby General Hospital. Then the story gets a little bit cloudy. RCMP were called to the hospital. They arrested Ron and took him to the Burnaby detachment, where later that night he was found unconscious in the jail cell. This time he was taken to Royal Columbian Hospital, where they found a blood clot in his brain from his bike accident, and he died there. And here he is. Stone says, in his time the Lord called home Ronald John Tabak, September 25, 1953 to December 25, 1984. 31 years old, I think. Looks like somebody left a little memento here, a prism stone. Ron's tragedy has a lasting legacy. It led to the creation of local trauma centers and more stringent criteria for care of potential head injury patients. These centers now have a specialized equipment and staff. Countless lives have been saved because of Ron's tragic death. Special thanks to the incredibly nice staff here at Forest Lawn. They really maintain a phenomenal place here. We visited Ron today on the eve of the 39th anniversary of his passing. There may be some fans here tomorrow to pay their respects, and I'll bet there'll be even more next year for the 40th anniversary. I'm sure he'd be happy we remembered him. We'll never forget him. His musical legacy will last forever. Thank you for watching today and remembering Ron Tabak. If you were lucky enough to have met him, I hope you leave a comment below. And maybe tap that good subscribe button one time. I'm Jean-Claude Vancouver. And until next time, be good to the other.